talk about jealousy. We're going to be clear on jealousy. We are going to be so fantastically clear on jealousy. You are going to love it at the end of it, even though you don't like it now. So, how staying around jealous people can drain you and change you. Jealousy is more than just an unpleasant feeling. When it lingers in relationships, whether friends, family, or colleagues, it can subtly wear you down, influence your energy, change your mindset, and even your sense of worth. And that's the critical one because, sense of worth is the core value. It's self-esteem is around that, self-preservation, but self-worth is what you completely believe about yourself. And if that doesn't change, that should be a solid, form. It should be formed. It should be so solid that what you believe about yourself, that you're, all powerful, that you can do anything that you want to, that you set your mind to. If that's changed, that could be critical to you being who you really are. So let's start. Let's get started. Let's get into it because I have a little bit to go and I want you to know it. So here we go. Let's start with the jealous friend. Okay. A longtime friend can be the hardest to spot because the history you share creates a blind spot. But I want you to pay attention to these subtle signs. Now, number one, the backhanded compliments. The backhanded compliments. You get a new job, and they say, "Wow," with a comma. They're hiring? Or, with no congratulations, nothing behind it. Just, wow. Or, they can say, "Wow, that's so exciting. Congratulations. When do you start?" That's different. But a backhanded compliment is, "Wow, they're hiring?" Watch my face. Okay? 2, competitive one-upping. You mention a personal win, and they quickly counter with something better that they've done. Not that they're doing, that they've done. So say if you got a position, right? You got a position, or you're volunteering in a role that's a very influential role, like maybe a member of a board that is amazing, that's maybe top of the line. You tell them about it. I was a member of that board years ago when they first started. Right? They start saying things like that. Or, I remember in 1922, and they start talking about something they did. But never mind, that is so good. I'm so glad that you are doing this. I'm so glad that you are getting the hang of this and that you're growing in yourself and then letting it go. Or asking, "So what's your next steps?" Being all into you, but they turn it around, flip it around, and bring it to them. They always got to mention something better that they've done. The one-upping. Number 3, monitoring your every move. Now they monitor you on social media, but they don't like it. They know what you're doing. They see you in the community, know what you're doing, but don't mention it. Right? They don't celebrate you. They don't do it to celebrate you. They do it to see what you're doing. and to keep score. Yeah, I know it's not, it doesn't feel too good going down. I know, but just hang out with me. Listen to what I gotta say. Okay, so what does it do? It slowly starts you to doubt yourself, or it starts you to shrink around sharing your achievements, or just telling anybody about them. Their negativity becomes the weight, WEIGHT, you carry without you realizing it. And listen, we gain enough weight. Why do we have to carry somebody else's weight? But their negative behavior becomes the weight we carry. Because then we start shrinking. We become a shrinking violet. I remember years ago, I'd be around my mom. Hi there. I am from New York. I remember years ago, I would talk to my mom about different things, and she would start talking about what she did, and I would literally feel myself shrink to the size of the 12-year-old listening to her. Hello, Amir. Thank you for stopping by. But I would feel it. I would start to shrink. You know, I would come home with an A, and she'll start talking about something she wanted to talk about, but never celebrating my A, because I was always doing something with the A. I was on the honor roll all the time, and I can't remember being celebrated for being on the honor roll my entire school life. I can't even tell you. But anyway, I digress. That's my experience. Okay, number 2, the jealous family member. Family jealousy can cut the deepest because we expect unconditional support. Now, please let me know what you think about these things. Don't leave, because I know it's tough to hear, but you need to hear it, okay? I know it's tough to hear, all right? So please just hang in there and comment if you have to, and hang in there with me. You're going to understand it all afterwards. So, again, family jealousy can cut the deepest because we expect unconditional support. But sometimes the people closest to us are the least happy for our growth. Number 1, constant criticism. You cook a nice meal, and they say, it's good, but it's not as good as mom's. Remember this, anything that you say with a comma, or anything that somebody says with a comma, the first part does not matter. The second part is what matters. Yes, when somebody says and criticizes you, constant criticizing you on this nice meal, but yet it doesn't taste great, or yet it's good, but it's not as good as so-and-so's. It's jealousy. It's jealousy. What I'm telling you today is we need to stop allowing people to infringe in our lives this way. We need to stop allowing toxicity to continue generation to generation and not call it for what it is. It's jealous. Many years, my mom would criticize me about cooking. Oh, because I didn't cook soul food. I cooked food, but I didn't cook soul food. So she would always tease me. And one day I said to her, that doesn't make me comfortable. I said, what does that say about you if you're saying I can't cook? What does that say about you if you were supposed to be a mother and supposed to have shown me? But it's not that I can't cook, it's because I choose not to cook soul food, which is damaging. The way you all cook it is damaging to health, and I just didn't like it. So she stopped saying it. She said, I apologize, I didn't realize. So people will say things that they don't realize, but they're as it were, their slip was showing because they're showing that they're jealous in a way that is a habit. And family does it all the time. Number 2, they minimize your success. You share exciting news and they respond with, must be nice that you're that lucky. Oh, that's right, you know all those people. You know those people that can get you places. You know them. They like you, so they're gonna always nominate you, or they're gonna put you places. You know people, not acknowledging that you did this your own self, right? So they minimize their success. Number 3, sabotaging opportunities. They may accidentally forget to pass along an important message, or subtly discourage you from pursuing your big dream. Like you tell them something and say, I don't really want to be an engineer. I want to be a doctor. Right? And they may say that I may not want to do that. So what they do is they discourage you from pursuing your big dream. And you soon or later you'll be like, maybe they're right. Maybe they are right about what's happening here. Maybe they're right. And you soon forget about it. Being around that energy can make you second guess your ambitions. You begin to play small, and you do this so you can avoid judgment. Simple as that. You avoid judgment. Number 3, the jealous colleague. Okay? Workplace jealousy is tricky because it can directly affect your career. And I want to say, if you're in this environment that there is all of this going on, it's toxic anyway, so you shouldn't be there. But yet and still, I'm going to address it. Number 1, they undermine your work. They might subtly discredit your ideas in meetings and take credit for your input. And I've had this done to me in a leadership role, and having a meeting, and then even recording the meeting and actually writing things down. I've had this happen to me. And my leaders over me took my information and took it to a higher level and presented it as their own. So what was that? That was really upsetting to me. Not only was it was my intellectual property, it was my idea, but to take it and make it your own was really disheartening, and it upset me. But I didn't recognize it as being jealous, and I could have nipped it in the bud then, and I could have said, hey, that was my idea. Why didn't you mention that to me and get a resolve? And maybe it wasn't resolved, but at least they knew that you knew. I didn't do that. Okay, just so you know. Micromanaging, number 2, micromanaging and tattling, which I thought tattling was when you were 5 years old, when you were a toddler. But they do that in the workplace. Reporting minor infractions, taking things like you're taking 2 minutes longer on your break to a higher up, or you're, doing something that they would have done and they tattled on you. Oh, she's outside of her work role. Or you left the microwave open. They go to the higher ups and tattle. Right? Just so you can look bad. Spreading negativity. They might gossip behind your back, planting seeds of doubt in others about your competency. She is the motivational speaker, you're right. But she does have issues with her family. You know, I don't know. I doubt she'll be able to do that. Hey, unofficial, how are you? Thank you for stopping by. Get, trying to discredit your competency when your personal life, if you're handling it and balancing it, has nothing to do with what your abilities are. But they try to use those things to spread negativity about you. Over time, this drains your motivation and creates a toxic environment that stifles your growth. Now, this can happen at a workplace, and if you have a partnership, a business partnership in your own business, this can also be very bad. Okay? This can stifle your growth as a business, as your own business, and in your workplace. It can stifle it. So you don't want that to happen. You don't want that to take place at all, right? Because your motivation is your motor to keep your inspiration alive. So why keep your distance? Why keep your distance from these jealous folks? And first of all, let me just tell you, name it, say it's jealous. Do not make it another name. Do not do that. Don't do that. Don't make it, oh, that's just them. Don't do that. Don't minimize their behavior, because all it's going to do is make it worse for you, because you're going to carry around their stress and you're going to take on the weight of what they're doing, and it's going to change your mind. When you lower your standards, you lower your energy, you lower your, you lower that boundary, and guess what is revealed? Your head, your brain, your mind, your consciousness, your subconscious, and all those things, your ears and your eyes and your mouth are revealed, that will be infected by what you hear, what you see, and what they're saying to you. That you open your mouth and it goes into your brain, into your subconscious, and you start to hear those things play over and over in your mind. So don't ever lower your energy. Don't ever lower your standards. Okay? So, these behaviors don't just annoy you, they change you. You might become defensive, anxious, or overly self-critical. Here's the worst part. You start to normalize toxicity. I'll say it again. You start to normalize toxicity. Letting go isn't easy, but distancing yourself is necessary to protect your energy and your peace. Because again, when your energy is lowered, when you are stomped down and treated badly, your energy goes here, played into your mind. If you have experienced this, if you've heard this or experienced it, drop a comment. Share your story with me in the comments below. Let's build awareness and support in recognizing, addressing these draining dynamics. Remember, you deserve to be surrounded by people who uplift you, not undermine you. I hope I said something today that you recognize and you want to reframe the narrative around, so that you are protected and you're healthy. See you next time.